Okay, so do you know what day it is today?
Alanis Morissette Day.
For this city, you haven't seen somebody this big in 30 or 40 years. I mean, Paul Anka would have to be the last sort of artist that would qualify with even close to this kind of popularity or publicity. It was really a no-brainer for us to be playing this song by Alanis, cuts from this album from Alanis. And in fact, we're playing one right now. Can you give me 1 second here? The hot new Energy 1200. New music first. Pleased to welcome Alanis Morissette to town tonight. Completely sold-out show at the Congress Center.
She needs no introduction. Alanis Morissette.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alanis, what you've done is you've focused the whole world on the music scene right here in Canada and right here in Ottawa. And because you were born in this city and you're one of ours, we have declared that this is Alanis Morissette Day.
I can't remember the last time I've seen this much media at a press conference. And that includes for very powerful politicians and very well-known people. So she's made quite a name for herself, it seems. And she's quite a nice lady, by the way.
It's nice to have people from Ottawa recognize the amount of work that I've done and the creative evolution that I've gone through. I mean, I wrote it at a time where I was living in an apartment with mice and eating macaroni and cheese and borrowing money from my manager, so it was extremely tongue-in-cheek. So actually when I sing it now, I kind of inwardly smirk to myself just because I'm not a revengeful kind of person.
You didn't think I'd come back. You didn't think I'd show up with my army and the ammunition on my back. Now that I'm Miss Fame, now that I'm a zillionaire, you scan the credits for your name and wonder why it's not there.
The coverage around Alanis, particularly leading up to her much ballyhooed, vaunted homecoming, has really kind of set a new standard in daily print journalism. The better portion of an entire section of the Toronto Star was dedicated to a feature on Alanis 2 weeks ago that didn't even have the benefit of a quote, because she had stopped doing interviews, North American interviews, with press, although the feat was exceeded in Ottawa, when the Citizen a week later dedicated as much or more copy in their Observer section to the Alanis Morissette phenomenon, again without the benefit of an actual interview. None of this writing, however, and we're talking untold column inches, hundreds of column inches, seems to have anything to do with a critical look at her work.
Mispronounced my name. You didn't wait for all the information before you turned me away.
The album is the stories of various experiences that she went through. So what more could you gain with a one-to-one interview? Certainly in Ottawa and in Canada, and maybe the world, is the biggest musical story of the past year, 14 months, 16 months. The album is stratospheric. It's bigger than Paul Anka. It's bigger than almost any. No, it's bigger than any artist that's ever come out of Ottawa. That's without a doubt.
Interview the other day when we talked to you.
Oh, you did? Where did you get that?
I thought it was just so wonderful that here was this very petite young woman, obviously so in control of herself and of her environment. They didn't bring that whole team of managers out to prop her up. She was there all by herself and said, "Come on, take me on," and she did. That was great.
The only thing, as I said, that I can promise is just that I'll write from where I'm at, and I know that Jagged Little Pill is sort of a reactionary record, and some of those reactions were really positive, and some of those reactions were really negative. And
dance, dance on, little girl.
Alanis is always very playful.
In the arms of someone new.
We were emceeing a show together. When it was all over, I said, "You know, I think this is the third time in a week we've been seen together. Will you sign my book for me?" And she said, "Yeah." And she wrote, "Let the rumors begin. Love, Alanis."
There's still functional.
Sing our song.
I hear another friggin' reporter say Gen X. I think I'm gonna vomit. Yeah. I think that when you're a bit younger and a bit more plugged in, you realize that this whole big kind of angst, sexuality, sort of mad woman thing isn't all that new. So it's a bit tiresome to hear them rave about it so much. You guys all go to Glebe High School, right?
Yeah.
So this is where Alanis used to go, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of her now?
Well, she's kind of stuck up.
She's changed a lot.
She's changed.
I think people try and deny she has talent, but I think she really is talented. Not that I'm really interested in what she does, but you know, it's really neat to think that someone from Ottawa really made something out of it.
And everybody always
she's
likes
so
her
respected by the Americans.
She's considered like rock goddess of the 90s.
Totally. Yeah, and it happened in like, I don't know, wink of an eye.
Yeah. Overnight.
Yeah.
Apparently she like included a bit of Ottawa in her songs, but I don't really see that.
No, not necessarily in a good way.
Right.
She said something like about a movie theater that's in Ottawa.
Oh, that's good. Well, she referred to a theater.
Yay.
What about the Canada?
They play that like once a week or something. Pop 8 today.
Yeah, I know. It's not what she is now.
We did some different things, like she recorded her own version of "O Canada" and sang it at a lot of major political and sporting events, and she made a name for herself that way.
I'm feeling the tension, yeah. Give it all reasons, 'cause you don't comprehend what I'm feeling. You give me something I don't need anymore.
She filled a unique void in the entertainment business. Even in her early days, there was nobody quite like her.
Kindly, everyone. It's great to be back in our home city.
Persistent, like almost too persistent. Like there should be more interest, I think. Like it shouldn't be so much up to the band. It should be more the media's responsibility to promote Ottawa artists, since they're Ottawa papers. I mean, it just makes sense.
So why do we even try?
I mean, I don't really want to use this as an example, but I mean, Alanis Morissette, when she first put her CD out, played at Zaphod's, and there were 150 people there, or something like that, even less than that, were there, you know. And now she's like the superstar, and she's 5 or 6 pages in the Citizen or whatever. And definitely, I think, people in Ottawa, they need fans in Ottawa need some sort of validation outside of Ottawa that you're good. You know what I mean? It's like homegrown talent doesn't, stand up to other artists unless it's, it's proven elsewhere, like in the States.
The now superstar received the keys to the city today. Newsline's John Ruddle takes us into the mind of a multiple Grammy winner
who's done everything right.
Well, we're not doing everything right. We're starting this newscast as part of the Ottawa salute
to Alanis Morissette. And as of this morning, her album was nearing 9 million records in sales in Canada,
940,000, very close to $1 million. She's expected to win a couple of Juno Awards on the weekend at the Juno ceremony coming up in Hamilton. So with apologies, Alanis, we salute you.
She's going to be coming in very shortly.
Alanis Morissette's impending arrival has everyone scurrying into position, and not just in Ottawa, her hometown. 9 million record sales are enough to make Morissette feel at home anywhere. This is Alanis Morissette Day in Ottawa.
We're asked by a lot of people about how much attention's been focused and how much space we've devoted to Alanis. And the fact is, you know, if someone from Ottawa won an Olympic gold medal or found a cure for cancer, you know, in the past year, there's been no one who's achieved pretty much as she has in music.
I can understand the trepidation to dive right in with me, but if anyone has the incentive and the curiosity to...
But I mean, this whole media circus is always a bit bogus, I think, at the end of the day.
This is today's Alanis Morissette. She's enough for some to wait 10 hours just for a shot at standing on the front of the stage.
She's cool, man. She's great. Good music, good show. It's better than Never Too High crap she used to sing.